Let's go.
Guys, Michael here, and today video, as promised, we're going to show you how to swell corn. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we have some corn seed. This seed is treated. This is our Silver Queen. You can have your corn seed treated really easy. We have some Amish farmers that own a greenhouse around here that'll do it for you. So the reason why you would treat your corn seed, I'll touch on that just a little bit before we get started, is it protects our seed from quite a few different diseases and bacteria, and also this stuff is so great that it can even be passed on to our next batch of seed that we get from this corn here that we plant. So it'll pass those on to our very next seed, and it helps us out as well. The reason why we like to use treated corn for this project, you don't have to, but we just don't really have to use any peroxide or anything like that to keep the bacteria down. This already pretty much helps us do that. And also this treatment will help you store your seed for a much longer process. And it's crazy hot out here, which is how we like it. You can see the bottle, the spray bottle here, is just leaking all by itself from the pressure in the bottle. So basically what swelling corn is helps us get our corn seed to pop in 24 to 48 hours so we can get faster production off of it. It's a technique that we use when we're way behind, or we do lose our early spring corn to frost, which we do quite often. So what you're going to need for this project is treated corn or untreated corn. You don't need treated corn seeds to do this, guys. If you don't have treated corn and you can't get your corn seed treated, then by all means just add you 2 meals of hydrogen peroxide to your 1 quart of water, and that's all you need. That pretty much make sure you don't have any bacteria built up in your jar. And again, that's the last thing you're going to need, is a jar with a lid that's sealed up really good, spray bottle with some normal water, sterilized drinking water, and corn seed, treated or not, for this project. And that's it, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do, the very first step, is to take your jar and your water, and you only want to mist your jar. Okay, you don't want a lot of buildup, you don't want any water left over, so you just want to lightly mist your clean, sterilized jar. Just a mist. You don't want any droplets falling down and building up around the bottom. You don't want any buildup there. So after you spray it, what we do is just turn it upside down and get the water out. We just want to mist that jar really good. And next thing we're going to do is another step. We're going to do our corn separately. The reason why we don't put our corn in the jar and then spray our corn and do it all together is it's the one way you're going to have water build up, and you're going to have to dump your water and seed back out again anyway. So it's best not to do that. Just learn from experience. So you go ahead and take your corn, put it on a paper towel, whatever, and just mist it. Just get it just a good misty spray and dump it in a jar. And it's the #1 way that you don't have a lot of water build up. And you can do this whole bag in a whole quart jar. We don't recommend it though. But what we do is you can go at least 1/4 of this jar with corn seed. And once you get that on there, the trick is you want to make sure that you seal off all the air and place it somewhere really hot. Now again, you guys know we have a pack house here that stays somewhere around 100 to 109 degrees most of the time during the summer. You don't want any bacteria build up on this, so you don't want it stored in any light, but you are going to put it in a dark, really hot place. And overnight there's going to be no air stirring in here, and you're going to create a lot of pressure, and it's going to kind of swell that corn up, and that's why we call it swelling corn here. It's just a hillbilly term, and I don't have no problem saying that. And it'll just swell up like popcorn. The pressure and the heat and the moisture is what makes this stuff go so fast. It's just a trick we've learned from a long time ago, and you can get corn that takes 7 to 10 days to open up, and you can give it legs in 24 to 48 hours. So we're going to go ahead and store this stuff, and we're going to show you guys where we store it at. And then tomorrow we're going to come back out and check on it and show you what these seeds look like. Guys, here we are in the barn. It's about 94 degrees in here, and it's 5:30 in the evening. We're not going to come back and check on this stuff for about another 24 hours. So tomorrow night we're going to come back in and check on it and show you where it's at, and we'll see you then. Okay guys, so here we are just 24 hours later. I know this is, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's really dry. Now this don't look like much, but this is only 24 hours later. And I'm going to open it up and try to show you guys what we have. After 24 hours, you want to check your corn again. If it's dark, really dry, you want to mist it again. But pretty much, You can tell in 24 hours. Your strong corn, as you can see here, now these things are really soft right now, guys, but the longer they stay in there, the more brittle they'll become. Now you can leave these things in here for up to 3 days. Sometimes you'll have to leave them in for 3 days anyway, depending on what type of seed. But like I said before, this is treated seed. You can have your seed treated or buy it and do it yourself. Just for longer storage. You can see these legs, and the pressure and the water and the heat just makes these things pop a whole lot faster than putting them in the ground or the paper towel method or anything else like that. So now what we do after 24 hours, we will leave them in there for about 48. We like to make sure that we give each kernel time to get legs, but when it comes to corn, we give them a certain amount of time, and the ones that are not popped are discarded. And after 3 days, that's what we do this method for when you're behind. This is a fast way to get your corn started without waiting 7 to 14 days germination. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and hope this helps. And we're going to go get some corn planted. We'll see you on the next one.